Hi. I lost a dear friend of mine this morning. I walked in my kitchen about 5 a.m. and he was laying on the floor. His eyes were still open. He had given up the spirit sometime in the 30 minutes before that. My friend had been with me for 18 long years. Through 3 states, or two states, and 3 houses, 4 counting this one, and in every phase of my life, almost. My friend's name was Pookie, and he was a cat. And for those of you that don't have cats, there's a special bond between a cat owner and their pet. Because for a cat to love someone is a privilege. It's not something they just do. Because cats really care nothing for anything except the cat. But Pookie loved us very much, all of our family. He was a Maine Coon cat, which they're just wonderful creatures. They're about a step away from wild. So they have short hair on the top so it won't get snagged in branches in the woods. They have long hair on the bottom to insulate them against the snow. They have hair on the bottom of their paws so they can walk in the snow without sinking. And they have hair going in front of their ears so that dirt won't get in. And they have incredible eyesight and hearing. And they're just, every inch of them is a predator. And they cannot meow. They growl. And that's what Maine Coons do. They have a gravelly growl. And that's their sign of affection. And they have a trill. And that's their I love you. Pookie started getting sick probably about 6 years ago. And the doctor told us he had renal failure, which means his kidneys were going. He was old, and he'd had a full life, but it wasn't hurting him. And that wouldn't hurt him the whole rest of the way through, normally. And so we elected not to have him put to sleep at that point, because he was fine. He didn't know anything was wrong. And by the time we moved to where we are now, a year ago, he had totally lost control of his bladder. But other than that, he is still there and just fine. So we closed him off in the kitchen where there was linoleum, and he didn't have a lot of energy anyway, so he would walk over and eat, and we would come visit him, over and over during the day, every day. And the rest of the time he would sleep and be quite happy. And then it started getting worse. 3 weeks ago he started really dropping weight. I guess that was sometime around there was when the kidneys just gave up the ghost. Yet he was still there. We have a little female cat that managed somehow to get into the kitchen while she was in heat, and Pookie was right in there. He's got the machine gun going, but he didn't have any bullets, but he was trying his darndest. And in people years he'd be like 130, and this other cat was maybe 18. So we stopped that stilling. And then 3 days ago he got himself out of the kitchen somehow and escaped into the house and slept in the bathroom. So, but day before yesterday he started having trouble walking, and yesterday evening he couldn't anymore. He would just fall over. So we made him as comfortable as he could be. And at 5 o'clock, he passed away. In peace and in comfort. And it never hurt him. And it just seemed like I ought to say something about him, because he's been a big part of my life for a long time. And when the time comes, I will mourn him. And he would want me to. But not forever, because I want to remember all the good times. He's laid to rest right on the other side of the wall of this room. Nicely done in a cardboard box and buried. So we'll get a little stone or whatever will go there. And that's where you'll rest from now on. He was a good cat. Bookie was a good cat. Indeed. So Bookie, bye fella. I'll see you on the other side. Might be a while, but I'll see ya. Have fun.